The ex of Love is Blind contestant Kacie says they were never a couple. She was not my girlfriend ever. The producers of shows like Love is Blind and Love Island are now casting such drama-filled personalities that they could probably scale back on seasons and still entertain the world for an entire year. Every time a new cast member appears, the dirt about their past seems to lead from one rabbit hole to the next, and somehow each story gets juicier than the last. The latest to feed our drama cravings is Kacie from Love is Blind Season 9. She left the show early after accepting Patrick's proposal, but shared enough about her past beforehand to stay relevant even after her exit. For example, she told Patrick that her ex-boyfriend encouraged her to go on Love is Blind, which naturally shocked him and everyone else. With all the attention that one comment has been getting, Kacie's so-called ex-boyfriend decided to hop on TikTok to set the record straight before his name gets too blackened. Here's what he had to say. Kacie from Love is Blind's ex-boyfriend went on TikTok and said they were never a couple. Kacie spent much of her short time on Love is Blind throwing her exes under the bus, even going as far as saying she had never been in a relationship where she wasn't cheated on. She also claimed her ex encouraged her to go on a dating show, even Love is Blind, which made people feel sorry for her. Through all, it's hard to imagine being told to go on a show to meet someone when you're supposedly already in a relationship. But it turns out the guy who supposedly told her to go on Love is Blind was never actually her boyfriend. Netizens discovered that Austin Friesen is Kacie's ex, and while he never expected he'd have to make a video about it, the attention he was getting apparently left him no choice. Austin took to TikTok to clarify, "She was not my girlfriend ever." He described their time together as a weird situationship dynamic that went on for a certain amount of time, and suggested that distance, she lived in Denver and he in Minneapolis, made it difficult for them to become anything more. What's more, Austin says that by the time Kacie had the opportunity to go on the show, they were already done, over, finito. So yes, he did encourage her to go on the show, but only as a friend. "I truly did want her to try and find someone, and that's what she wanted too," he told viewers. He added, "And yes, I did indeed say it's life-changing because for a lot of people who go on these reality TV shows, it is life-changing for them." Then, with a bit of sarcasm, he added, "Right now it is life-changing for Kacie, but not in a good way." While Austin tried to clear his name so the haters could relax, he didn't drag Kacie all the way in the mud. He acknowledged how reality TV can be heavily edited to make things sound a certain way, and added that Kacie is a very genuine person, a very sweet person, so don't base your opinion of her on that. He also asked people to stop leaving her mean comments, pointing out that they hadn't seen each other in over a year, so basically just drop it. Who is Kacie's ex-boyfriend, Austin Friesen? Now that Austin has cleared his name in the whole Kacie Love is Blind drama, you might be more interested in learning about him rather than the thing he had with her. Quick scroll through his TikTok shows that Austin seems to be into sports, food, and sharing his take on the dishes he tries. He's also Canadian-American, based on the 2 flags in his bio, and is currently trying to raise $2,500 through Movember to run in the Chicago Marathon with his college hockey alumni friends. Maybe this unexpected exposure will even help him reach that goal. It seemed like Kalybriah and Edmond were completely locked in on each other from day one in the pods. However, meeting the other couples and finding out how far they had gone physically had Edmond questioning everything. Kalybriah asked Edmond, "Does it bother you that we're the only couple that didn't have sex?" First, Edmond didn't believe that it was an issue. Kalybriah wanted to wait until marriage, until she revealed that she's had one-night stands. He told her, "I'm just always the king nice guy." Back in the real world, Kalybriah was thrilled to meet Edmond's mom, who quickly welcomed her as a daughter-in-law. However, Kalybriah was quick to call out Edmond for comparing their relationship to Nick and Annie's at the Pod Squad get-together. After telling him, "Admire, don't compare," Kalybriah questioned, "This is the place to bring that *T up at?" We'll have to wait to see if Kalybriah and Edmond will make it to the altar in the next couple of weeks. Annie and Nick. Relationship status, engaged. While Annie and Nick both found themselves caught in love triangles during their time in the pods, Annie dated Brendan while Nick dated Kate, the couple declared their love for each other and got engaged sight unseen. Through a deeply awkward moment in the men's quarters when Nick announced that he was getting married in front of Brendan, the duo met for the first time. Seeing Annie, Nick proclaimed, "It's not butterflies. It's not fireworks. I'm soaring right now. I'm on cloud 9. No, cloud 900. In the latest episodes, Nick and Annie address their different living situations, with Nick preferring the mountains and Annie needing to live in the city for work. However, they quickly agreed to spend time in both places as long as it meant they could be together. Reuniting with their Pod Squad exes, Kate and Brendan, further proved Nick and Annie to be one of the strongest couples of the bunch. As Annie put it, "I 100% know I made the right choice. I'm grateful for my choice, I'm grateful for Nick. Only time will tell if she'll be singing the same tune at the end of the aisle." Madison and Joe. Relationship status: engaged. Madison and Joe were going strong until the couple's pool party in Baja. After Madison confronted Joe about consistently talking over her to talk to someone else, he retired back to their room and encouraged Madison to stay with the rest of the squad. Once she got back to the room and woke up Joe, things took a dramatic shift. As she reunited with her fiancé after the pool party, Madison was shocked to find Joe speaking incoherently and asking multiple times where she was. Madison asked if he had drank too much. Joe fired back, "Are you coming in hot?" While one argument did not cause them to instantly split, it spelled trouble for the couple. During an exclusive interview with Swan, Madison revealed that Joe acted completely different on and off camera. She even went as far as to ask him, "Are you trying to make it look like you don't like me on camera?" Check out our full interview with Madison here. While Madison and Joe forgave each other for their rough night in Baja during the second round of episodes, it's evident that they still have a lot to work through before they say, "I do." Kacie and Patrick. Relationship status: split. While Kacie and Patrick made it through engagement day, Kacie woke up the next morning rethinking her decision. Even though she told Patrick that it wasn't a breakup, stating, "I just can't do the TV show anymore," it was clear that Kacie was not looking to continue their relationship back home. She told viewers, "He's not a bad-looking guy in any sense, but he deserves somebody that is so obsessed with him. I understand how that is about to look." Find out Patrick's reaction here. While Kacie and Patrick split before they travel to Baja, Patrick reunited with his first connection, Anna, at the Pod Squad reunion. Even though Patrick told Anna, "If you stayed, we would have went all the way," the duo parted as friends. Love is Blind's Joe breaks silence on drunk rant about co-star Nick. "I've cooled down on drinking" exclusive. Love is Blind Season 9 star Joe Ferrucci is cringing along with the audience while watching the Netflix show back. "I've cooled down on drinking substantially to where I'm not making a fool out of myself every week," Joe told Us Weekly in an exclusive interview on Friday, October 10th. In the first batch of episodes, which dropped earlier this month, Joe got into a drunken fight with fiancée Madison Maidenberg in Mexico. In the second installment, he went off about co-star Nick Amato's presumed lack of bedroom skills with fiancée Annie Lancaster in an on-the-fly confessional interview. "It's been in the works," Joe added of scaling back on his drinking. "I think I needed to calm down. That was a very interesting time in my life as well, and with the added stress of the show. I think I used that as a coping mechanism, which was really the worst coping mechanism you could use. So yes, I made some comments about Nick and I did apologize to him." Joe noted that Nick actually reached out to him first when he saw the episode, during which Joe said in part, "I don't F*** with him too much and Nick does missionary the whole time and that's about it. At least Brendan would switch it up. Throw it back, flip it over, rub it down." Joe is close with Annie's other pod connection, Brendan Guthrie, who was still reeling from how things ended with Annie. "I hadn't seen it yet," Joe explained to us. "I apologized back to him. I think that was kind of out of line. People online might think it's funny, right? But I wouldn't want somebody else talking about me like that. I was very close with Brendan, right? Brendan was a good friend, still very good friend to this day. I kind of felt a little heartbroken for him on what happened with him. I was definitely being too hard on Nick," he continued. "Nick has a good heart for sure. Nick is a unique guy, right? And sometimes people just don't mesh very well, so I'll just leave it at that. But I think Nick does have a good heart, and I think he means well. When it comes to his first blow-up fight with Madison, Nick told us he was watching the scenes with his hands over his eyes. It was hard to watch it. In real time, it was cringy. It was not good. I got very inebriated at the party and ended up having a conversation where I was pretty much still out of it, he said. I could definitely tell she was wanting something and to get somewhere that night that I was probably incapable of coming to a conclusion at the end there. Joe believes that the fight was a blip in their relationship and won't have a long-lasting effect. I think what you don't see is you're spending all this time in the pods, and then 48 hours before you get to go and meet everybody out for the first time. So I kind of took that as, hey, it's time to let loose a little bit. We're in Mexico, he said. I took it too far. I think that was just a little bit of a blip. I mean, obviously, we got into more arguments after. Our communication styles are completely different. We try our best. I honestly was trying my best throughout this whole experiment. It was hard. Fans will have to wait to see whether Joe and Madison make it to the altar when new episodes of Love is Blind start streaming on Netflix Wednesdays.